Hello everyone. Today I'm going to pronounce the story of this book, Heidi. So let's get started. Chapter 1. A mountain home. It was a hot morning in June in the Alps. Heidi walked behind her aunt named Dede. They were walking through the village and up the mountain. Heidi was really hot because she was wearing all her clothes. She had to carry them to her new home. She was only 6 years old. As Heidi and her aunt hurried out of the village, a villager stopped to talk. Dede, is this the orphan your sister left when she died? Where are you taking her? Yes, this is Heidi. I'm taking her to live with her grandfather. I'm starting a job in the city, so I can't take care of her anymore. Oh, Heidi, said the villager. No one else will talk to that grumpy old man. While Daddy was talking with the villager, Heidi met a boy named Peter. He was the village goat herder. Every morning, Peter came to the village to get the goats. He was going to take them off the mountain. Heidi followed him up the mountain. She couldn't keep up with him because of her heavy clothes, so she took off all of them except her underwear. Then she danced behind Peter. He thought she was funny. The two children began laughing. Then they caught up with them. Where are your clothes? She asked. I don't need them, Heidi said. I want to run feel like a ghost. Aunt Dede scolded Heidi and sent Peter to get her clothes. They walked for another hour. Near the mountain top was grandfather's hut. The old man was sitting in front of her home. Heidi leaned out to him and held out her hand. Hello, grandfather, she said. He held her hand and stared at her. Good morning, uncle, said Dede. Heidi must stay with you now. She explained why she couldn't take care of the child anymore. The old man was angry. You can just get out of here, he yelled at Dede. And Dede said goodbye to Heidi very quickly and left. Heidi looked around her new home. Where can I sleep? Asked Heidi. Anywhere you want, answered grandfather. Heidi saw a ladder behind the bed. She climbed the ladder up to the loft. The loft was filled with the fresh hay. I will sleep up here, said Heidi happily. Heidi followed grandfather anywhere. She watched as he made a new chair for her. When the sun was setting, Heidi heard a whistle. It was Peter bringing the girls home. Grandfather had two girls. Their names were Daisy and Duncan. Heidi liked them as one. The next morning, Peter whistled woke Heidi. She got ready to go with Peter. She was excited. The mountain was very beautiful. Heidi picked flowers and shared the girls. Peter told her all of the girls' names. Heidi was sad when she heard that a little girl had lost its mother. She promised to take special care of that girl. By now, the sun was setting. Is there a golden glow across the top of the mountain? Peter cried Heidi. The mountains are on fire. Don't worry, replied Peter. That happens every day. It means it's time to go home. Heidi went up the mountain with Peter every day during the summer. She grew to be healthy and strong. She was as free as a bird. But when the fall came, Grandfather made her stay at home. He was afraid the strong winds will blow her off the mountain. She spent the days helping him make cheese. Then came the winter and lots of snow. Peter went to school in the winter. One day, he came to the hut. He told Heidi that his grandmother would like to meet her. She wanted to go, but grandfather said the snow was too deep. A few days later, the snow finally stopped. The sun came out, and grandfather said she could go out. He put Heidi on the sled. The sled led down the mountain very fast. Grandfather stopped the sled in front of Peter's small hut. Heidi met an old woman that was sewing. Hello, Janice, said Heidi. Janice smiled and felt Heidi's hand. Janice was blind. Why can't you see? Asked Heidi. I can't see, Janice said kindly, but I can hear. Heidi spent the rest of the winter with Janice. Sometimes grandfather came and fixed the windows and chairs in Janice's hut. Chapter 2. Heidi goes to Frankfurt. It was near the end of Heidi's second hobby, winter with grandfather. One day, the village father came to the hut. He was angry at grandfather because Heidi wasn't in school. Heidi doesn't need school, a good grandfather. She will go up here with the girls and the birds. They won't teach her any bad ideas. She must learn to read and write. The pastor agreed back. But he couldn't change grandfather's mind. The next day, Aunt I came to the hut. I have a wonderful opportunity for Heidi, she said. Heidi is going to live with a wealthy family in Frankfurt. She will be a companion to their little girl. Heidi is happy here, grandfather said rudely. She doesn't need to go to Frankfurt. And Dede said, there is a chance of Heidi to go to school and church. Fine, your grandfather, that take her and don't ever come back. Heidi didn't want to leave grandfather to go to Frankfurt, but Aunt Dede lied to her that they would be back in a day or two. You can even bring the fresh bread for Granny, said Aunt Dede. This idea pleased Heidi. Granny had trouble eating back hard bread. They left so quickly. Then Heidi couldn't even say goodbye to Peter. Dada took Heidi to a large house in Frankfurt. A rich man named Mr. Sesemann owned the house. His daughter, Clara, had to stay in a wheelchair. Her mother had died a long time ago. Now Mrs. Rottenmeier was looking after her. Mrs. Rottenmeier took a look at Heidi. She didn't like her own clothes and hat. She didn't even like Heidi's name. Is Heidi a real name? Mrs. Rottenmeier asked. Her mother named her Heidi, and later explained. Then we shall call her Endohine, says Mrs. Rottenmeier later. When Mrs. Rottenmeier was away, Carla said, I will call you Heidi if you want. It doesn't matter, said Heidi. I will be going home tomorrow with some fresh bread. No, said Carla. You came here to keep me company. At the dinner table, Heidi was happy to find fresh bread on her plate. She put it in her pocket. A servant, Sebastian, brought a dish of food for Heidi. She didn't know what to do with it. She had never eaten this way before. Then Miss Rottenmeier told Heidi how she should behave at the table for a long time. But while she was talking, Heidi fell asleep. When Heidi awoke, she didn't know where she was. She remembered that she was in Frankfurt. She was afraid. A few days later, Heidi went for a walk while Clara was leading. Sebastian told her to look at the walled city from the church tower. When she came up to the top of the tower, all she could see was buildings. There were no mountains and trees. The church keeper could see that she was disappointed. So he showed her a bucket of kittens. You can have them, he said. I will deliver them to your house. Oh, yes, said Heidi. But can I have two of them now? The keeper gave Heidi two kittens. When she got home, everyone was waiting for her. Mrs. Rottenmeier was angry. Who said you could leave the house? She asked. Meow. A sound came from Heidi's pocket. Mrs. Rottenmeier screamed. She was afraid of cats. The next morning, there was a clock at the door. Sebastian came back with a big package. Carla opened it, and kittens ran anywhere. One kitten came up. Miss Rottenmeier's skirt. Sebastian, she screamed. Get rid of the little mongers. That evening, Miss Rottenmeier decided to punish Heidi. She said, I'm going to lock you in the cold basement. But Carla said, please wait until my father gets home. Let him decide what to do. Mrs. Rottenmeier agreed. For the next few days, Heidi didn't get into any trouble, but she was becoming very homesick.